Greetings everyone, welcome to the channel. We are the Lion Gaming crew, and in this Diablo 3 non-seasonal build guide video, we're going to be taking a look at the unmodded Marauder set, available now in both softcore and hardcore on PS4 and PS5. Don't worry, Xbox players, I see you guys, and by next week we should have this for Xbox platforms as well. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this unmodded S tier build, man. So the main weapon we're picking up is of course going to be Yang's recurve bow for the legendary bonus, which reads multi-shot, attacks 50% faster, and his damage is increased by 200%. And it is also sanctified. Yeah, you heard me right. It's sanctified, non-seasonal. Y'all have known about this for a while. But we put the firing cluster arrow no longer drops explosive ordnance. Instead, it concentrates its explosive force into piercing rays of light sanctified affix on there. With the reduce all resource cost by 50% is part of why the Yang's recurve bow is just so great, because it gives us really high resource cost reduction, allowing us to use our skills for even less resource, which is great, especially on the Demon Hunter with low discipline regen and low, hatred hatred regens pretty quickly, but discipline, man, that shit drains slow as hell. All right, here we go. 1,560 to 1,940 fire damage, 10% damage, 1,000 dex, 7% to attack speed, and 130% critical hit damage. Everything is set for level 70, and it's all Primal Ancients, by the way. Moving on into the gloves. These are the first piece of the Marauder set. We do have the 6-piece set bonus, but you are going to need to cube the Ring of Royal Grandeur. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for any of this gear, man, you can request it. It is being given away for absolutely free. Just hit that link in the description. Sign up for Discord if you're not already a member. And yeah, just follow the rules, man, and you get one request per 24 hours. Moving on into the shoulders. Marauder spines. These look like they only have one affix, but they also have ignores durability loss. You get reduced cooldown of all skills and resource cost by 8%. Chance to deal 20% area damage on hit and 15% sentry damage. These affixes I got right from maxroll.gg, so if you're looking for the guide, if you want a written format, I'll make sure to leave that in the link in the description as well. For the chest piece, we have socketed 3 diamonds to give us extra resist all elements, 364 to be precise. 650 dex, actually wait, sorry, my bad, there's 210 from the piece of gear itself, so like 120 extra resist all elements. But you also get 15% sentry damage, which is not bad at all. Moving on into the helm, Marauder's Visage with 1000 dexterity, 6% critical hit chance, and 15% cluster arrow damage, with a diamond socketed in there to give us reduced cooldown of all skills, 12.5%, not bad. For the amulet, we're picking up Squirt's Necklace. This one has fire skill damage, critical damage, and critical chance. It is also augmented for dexterity. You get 210 to cold resistance and 80% gold from monsters. It's got the rank 150 Zel's Stone of Vengeance. I know I suck at pronunciating, man, but that's not the point though. It's a pretty good amulet, not gonna lie. The legendary bonus for this one, damage you deal is increased by 16% for every 10 yards between you and the enemy hit. Maximum 80% increases at 50 yards. So that's from the gem itself. And the legendary bonus isn't that bad while not taking damage. Damage dealt is increased by up to 100%, and damage taken is increased by up to 50%. So you do have to be careful around, especially pushing the higher GR levels, because this amulet is gonna like increase the damage taken, but it's also gonna give you 100% extra damage, which is a pretty good trade-off in my own opinion. Wraps of Clarity for the bracers. These ones also buff our fire skill by 20. And they go 650 dexterity, 6% critical chance, 11,000 life per hit, and 210 to physical resistance. Your hatred generators reduce your damage taken by 50% for 5 seconds. Kind of negates a little bit of that Squirt's Necklace bonus by rocking these, so not bad at all. For the offhand, we're picking up Bombardier's Rucksack, level 70 Primal Ancient Quiver. Legendary bonus reads, you may have 2 additional sentries. Cluster arrow deals 200% increased damage. It also has a bonus on there, 100% sentry damage, which is pretty decent, not gonna lie. Yeah, so let's just move on to the first ring. It is the focus set for the Bastion of Will. We got focus and restraint with a 2-piece set bonus. Basically, when you hit with a resource generating attack or primary skill, deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds, and the other 2-piece set bonus, when you hit with a resource spending attack, deal 50%, deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds, basically buffing all of our skills, which is not too bad. We socketed this with a level 150 Bane of the Trapped, and it's got some pretty good affixes on there. Critical hit damage and critical hit chance is always nice to see, and 35% percent gold from monsters. Second ring is obviously that second piece of the Bastion of Will set. Basically the same affixes, just buffing critical hit damage and critical hit chance. And it's ranked 150. Legendary gem socketed in there is the Enforcer, increasing the damage of our pets, which is nice because sentries are pets, and that's great. It's weird how sentries could be a pet, but hey, they make good pets, though, not gonna lie. So moving on into the boots, we got dexterity, vitality, resist all elements, thorns damage, and cluster arrow damage, which is pretty nice. For the pants, the first piece of the Captain Crimson set, the Captain Crimson's Thrust, we have the 2-piece and 3-piece set bonus, again utilizing that Ring of Royal Grandeur. And this one gives you a little bit of experience per kill, a little bit of resist all elements, and dexterity and vitality. The last piece of gear we have to show for you guys today is the Captain Crimson's Silk Girdle. This one also giving you dexterity, vitality, resist all elements, percent life, and 35% gold from monsters. Touching on the skills, for the primary ability, set up on X if you're on console, you want to pick up Evasive Fire with the rune Focus. R2, this is kind of going to be our main damage dealing attack. We're using Sentry in this one basically combined. But we're going to pick up Cluster Arrow with the rune Cluster Bombs. Square ability in the Devices skill tree, we want to pick up Vengeance with the rune Dark Heart. Triangle ability, again in that Devices skill tree, we want to pick up Sentry with the rune Polar Station. Circle ability in the Hunting skill tree, we want to pick up Companion with the rune Wolf Companion. And R1 for that mobility skill in the Hunting skill tree, we're picking up Vault with the rune Tumble. Passives are as follows: Cull the Weak, Ambush, Custom Engineering, and Awareness. Cube powers being Manticore, Zoe's Secret, and the Ring of Royal Grandeur. Quickly touching on Paragon, you probably want to dump everything you have. If you have the Paragon points, cap out movement speed, maximum hatred, and then dump the rest into vitality, and maybe a little bit into dexterity to give you extra damage. For the offensive stuff, I would say focus on cooldown reduction first, and then critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Both of these are all three of these are pretty much really crucial. Not saying attack speed, you don't want to sleep on that either, but kind of fill it in how you play, because everyone's got a different play style. So I'm just giving you advice. For the defensive stuff, you want to dump at least 50 hard points into resist all, cap that out, because resistance is key for survivability. And then life regen, I would say, and then armor and life if you have the extra Paragon points. For utility, I would say resource cost reduction is a big one, especially playing with legit gear. You need every point you need right away should go into resource cost reduction and cool down. Then probably life per hit, and then you can focus on area damage and gold pickup radius. And since we are playing legit, I'm just going to do a normal Nephilim Rift to kind of show off how you guys want to play this build. But you all pretty much know how to play it by now if you've been using the modded counterpart. And saying if you do want to try out the legit build, but you want to, go semi-legit, you can also rock the Infernal Necklace, Amulet, and Ring combo, which will majorly increase your stats, go up to 14 billion damage, and then you will be able to play. I think I tested on a 125 GR150, so sorry, man, I'm all over the place today. Greater Rift level 125, but we're just gonna do a normal Nephilim Rift to kind of show this build off, and then yeah, we're gonna. I mean, I can show the detailed stats. I don't know, man. They're pretty crappy. So I guess I'm just used to playing with mods, so it's weird to see the lower numbers. Dexterity is at 24,000, which is not too bad. Our damage is at what is that, man? That's so low. I don't even know how to read. Is it 56 million? Yeah, 56 million. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Attacks per second is at 1.78. Our critical hit chance is at 59%, and our critical hit damage is at 430%. Area damage is pretty good at 100%. Cooldown reduction is 47%, which is not bad. Fire damage is at 20%. Cluster arrow is at 30%, which is okay. And then sentry damage is at 130%. Damage reduction 89%. Our resistances are pretty they're pretty close to being maxed. They're at 87 across the board, which is not too bad. Our thorns damage is 3,000. Total life bonus 15%, man. That's so low compared to like the 500, 600% you see with the mods. Life per second is at 16,000. Life per hit is at 11,000. Bonus to gold/globe radius for 9 yards. And our hatred cost reduction is at 67%, and same with the discipline cost reduction. Movement speed is at 10%, gold find 160%, and bonus experience per kill 260. So yeah, it's pretty different with the unmodded gear versus the modded gear. I mean, there's pretty big noticeable difference. But yeah, this will be the first time I haven't played with mods in a very, very long time, so I do apologize if the gameplay sucks, but yeah, we should be just fine playing in a normal, you know, Nephilim Rift on normal difficulty, because that's how much I don't believe in my powers to play this game anymore without mods, man. Oh, it's too good. But yeah, as you guys can see, you're going to be moving around a little bit slower. Obviously, you know, if you play legit, you're going to be probably used to it. But yeah, you basically want to utilize your sentries. You don't want to spam cast them, and you kind of want to like vault yourself up into a big group of enemies, then place your sentry down, because the cooldown on that is going to take a little bit of time. But if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, I found that the X ability of Evasive Fire is actually pretty decent at doing damage, especially if you have Vengeance active, because this is overall going to, you know, increase your damage output, which is not too bad. Don't worry, we're not going to do the entire rift, because these normal Nephilim rifts do take a little bit longer. Right there, like, is a great use case. You've got a lot of enemies, you know, your screen is like full of mobs and stuff like that. That's when you want to place your sentries down and let them go to town. And other than that, though, I mean, it's basically, you know, just vaulting out of dangerous scenarios. You know, you can find yourself in a little bit of trouble. You can use vault. I wouldn't say spam it, but you can, you know, use it, especially with the rune you got. You can, if you use vault right after vaulting, it doesn't cost any resource. So you can basically, you know, if you're quick, you have to be like, it has to be like a cast right afterwards. So if you like take a second to slow down and then vault again, it is going to cost resource, but yeah, I mean, that's not that bad though. I mean, it allows you to move around the map really, really quickly with basically no cooldown on that, which is great. Other than that though, Marauder set's basically just focusing on your companions and your pets. So your sentries, use your companions if you really need to. They're pretty good at picking up globes and stuff like that for you, which is nice. But yeah, man, I'm going to back out of this rift, go back to town, and I'm going to do the outro for the video. So again, if you guys are looking for any of this gear, we do have a couple of unmodded sets now. I'll kind of briefly just quickly go over them. We have the LOD Barbarian, we got the the Traghouls Necromancer, which is the Death Nova build, I believe. We also got a bunch of LOD. We got the LOD Monk, the LOD Barbarian, and the LOD Wizard, which is a bazooka setup, I believe, using, let's see what we got, the Fragment of Destiny, and for the offhands, using the Talrash's Unwavering, yeah. But they're all pretty good, though. I'd highly recommend, I know playing with mods can sometimes get tedious and it's like repetitive, so if you want to try something new, definitely check out these unmodded sets, man. Go ahead and feel free to leave your comments and feedback in the comment section down below. And if you do want to see more content just like this, or you want to be up to date on all of the latest and greatest gear releases, make sure to even consider hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. With that, man, thank you all for watching. If you made it all the way till the end, you're an absolute legend, and I appreciate your support. I really hope to catch you all in a future video coming out soon. Stay safe, stay happy, and last but not least, stay gaming, my friends. Lion Gaming Crew signing out.